Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of BamaCentral 3 and Out with Joey Blackwell and Tony Sukalis. I'm Katie Wyndham, and this week has been a big week for a former Alabama quarterback in the NFL, Tua Tagovailoa with the Miami Dolphins. Has gotten a lot of news surrounding them about trades that are hopefully going to help Tua out, and the narrative's kind of changed this week about it's do or die for Tua this year with the addition of Tyreek Hill and the new tackle with Armstead. So, guys, what do y'all kind of think about? Do y'all kind of buy into that narrative that this year's do or die for two in the AFC East, Tony?
I think I don't know, do or die, but like when you commit that much, he has nothing to hide behind. Full disclosure, we were originally going to do this video as who's going to be the top Alabama quarterback in the pros. And it kind of changed because it has to be Tua now. I mean, he's got so many weapons. He's got two of the fastest receivers. He's now got a line that can block for him. He's got a really good tight end. I mean, he's got the most weapons. I think that they've invested in him. And if he cannot produce with this team, yeah, he might be on the hot seat because it's to the point where, like you look at like a Mac Jones, if he doesn't do well next season, he can point to the fact that he doesn't have a receiver, he lost the lineman, I think you can kind of point to some of those things. Even Jalen Hurts, he has less to point to, but like for Tua, he's got it tailor-made. It's not going to get any better from a supporting cast. It's really kind of similar to what he had with Henry Ruggs and Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle. And so I love the situation for him. I think we're going to get to see the real look at what Tua can be in the NFL. And I think it's going to be good, but if it's not, I think he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Tony, you kind of stole my last point there. I was going to say it's kind of a similar situation now between what he had at Alabama with Ruggs and Judy and Devontae Smith there. So, it's been a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon as far as, Tua has no more excuses now, as if this is a do or die situation. I don't believe that's the case. Yes, they do have, they've strengthened their offensive line, which is something that he's obviously had some issues with in the past. And it doesn't matter. You could be, Tom Brady, but if you have an offensive line that has as many holes as he's had, you're not going to be able to get the ball to the receiver. That's just what happens. But then now they also have two great receiving threats in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, strengthening that, guys that once, that if Tua can get the ball to them, they're going to break away and have some big gains there. They obviously can also get open in space downfield, which is something that Dolphins struggled with last year. So overall, I don't think this is a do or die situation for Tua. I do think those expectations deserve to be raised a little bit now that he has more to work with. But at the same time, even if it doesn't, if the Dolphins don't win the Super Bowl, it's not the end of the world. I do think that Tua still has at least 2 or 3 years with Miami, depending on how things go. And hopefully he can develop into the franchise quarterback that Dolphins fans were so excited to draft just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I'd agree that expectations are definitely going to be raised. I don't know if Super Bowl winning that might be a little too high, but I mean, look, Tua hasn't had the best situation around him in Miami the last couple of years. He's even had to deal with last year. He wasn't even the starter for a while, but then when he came in, they went on that win streak. So even with not the greatest surrounding cast, he still has been able to do some good things in Miami. And with this cast around him, though, too, yeah, expectations will definitely be raised, and he'll have the chance to kind of show what he can do. Because, like y'all both said, we saw what he could do at Alabama when he had that type of talent around him at receiver and at the line. This has been another edition of BamaCentral 3 and Out. Thanks for watching.